Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series, Season number 8. My name is Bahamut. We are getting into our first best of 3 of the evening. It is going to be between the members of ProBUs versus I Must Feed. This is Division D East for the Nexus Gaming Series, and I'm sure you're sitting at home wondering how we got to Battlefield of Eternity. Let me get you all updated on that information. ProBUs was the home team. They're going to be losing the coin flip. That means that I Must Feed has the opportunity for map pick or first pick priority. They opted for first pick in game number 1. Volskaya and Cursed Hollow were going to be banned out by them. Dragonshire and Sky Temple will be banned out by the members of ProBUs, and Battlefield of Eternity will be the first map chosen by the members of ProBUs as they had the opportunity for that. Once again, actually not once again, but really quickly, thank you so much, Carpe Felis, for the 420 bits as we got into this. I tried to get the alert out for you as well. Bits for Bandit, indeed. We'll get a little treat for him after this game once we get into the next draft. But right now, let's actually get into this one right here for Battlefield of Eternity. First pick, Li Ming coming out for the members of I Must Feed. Yeah, the intro is pretty sweet. It's made by Covey, I believe. Covey was the one who made that one and gave it to all of the NGS casters. So shout out to Covey for being such an amazing person and making something and giving it away for free. But we do have a Junkrat Volibear on the left-hand side. Makes sense. They're going to get rid of the poke potential from the Junkrat as well as the disruption from them. And then we also have the consistent and sustained damage as well as the race potential from Vala. Joanna and Sylvanas being banned out on the right. We have a strong tank as well as a strong push hero just being removed right there from both of those. Greymane being banned on the left-hand side, still removing more of the immortal race potential. The other thing to note too is that Li Ming plus Greymane on Battlefield of Eternity is a match made in heaven. Resets for Li Ming are huge. Greymane can really enable those, and if they're not looking for resets, they can race pretty well just between those two. Another ban coming out, it's going to be the Stukov. They don't want to see that healer in this game, but here's the one thing that I'm looking at. Based on the draft so far, if the members of ProBUs have a Jaina player, they should prioritize her. I would actually say here in the draft and maybe look a little bit later for their healer. Okay, they're going to go for Blaze, so this is probably main tank Blaze? Solo lane Imperius? That's my guess, but we'll see. I mean, they might actually swap that out based on what the enemy team ends up going into. Speaking of the enemy team, I Must Feed could be looking for something like a Malthael here. That wouldn't be bad into the double tank that they already have. Lunara will be the other pickup, so that's going to be their race potential coming out, and then they have Malthael. So Anubrak and Malthael can dive kind of well together, but that Anubrak might be diving a little too far out from the friendly team as the game does progress here. Rapid, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. There's the Jaina to round out the draft. That pairs into the Reyna. The reason I was saying Jaina is because the fact that you have the slows coming out from Jaina. So if you hit someone with the Ice Lance, you hit someone with the Cone of Cold, you get one trigger from the Blizzard, they have that slow or that Frostbite mark on them. If Raynor goes into Ace in the Hole at level 1, that's, as I said with Greymane and Li Ming, that's a match made in heaven. You have the constant damage from the Ace in the Hole. This is the one map where we do see Exterminator picked up for the Raynor as well, because that does give you faster race potential into the Immortal phase. But looking at the way that this draft is shaping up, I think we're definitely transitioning more so into that Ace in the Hole level 1 for the extra damage in the team fight, and then just banking on Raynor's sustained damage during the race potential. On the opposing side, this Malthael has to be their playmaker. They need to be able to get into the backline. They need to be able to dive onto Jaina, Anduin, and Raynor. The other thing, too, is they need to be able to watch when that Jaina has Ice Block up and available, because if they go into Last Rites and Jaina's their initial target, they need to be making sure that Jaina won't be just triggering Ice Block and mitigating any of the Last Rites value. Same thing with Bunker from Blaze. You need to be cognizant of is that up and where is Blaze, so they can't drop that and then Jaina gets in, or whomever has the Last Rites thrown onto them. Siegeblade, how you doing, bud? Hello, everyone in chat. Sorry if I missed you. Sorry if you said hello. Chat was moving very quickly, but I was trying to give you as much analysis as I possibly could. But we have a game, and I'm sure you're all itching for game number 1. On the left-hand side, we got the members of ProBUs. We have Tuna Breath. It's such a good name. Is going to be on the Imperius. We are going to be seeing Hong Fu on the Anduin. We have Aruba on the Raynor. Secret Amazing? No, I think it's Secret Asian Man is going to be on the Jaina, and we have Dragon on the Blaze. On the right-hand side, we got the members of I Must Feed. John Goodman. The John Goodman is playing in my casted game, is going to be on the Malthael. We have Korix is going to be on the Anubrak. Sudden Bears is going to be on the Rhaegar. Lister Fiend, I think I have that right, is going to be on the Lunara. And Miles, I think they were in chat just a minute ago, is going to be on the Li Ming. Excuse me. We do have Legion of Beetles for the Anubarak at level 1. This, I guess it could give. I'm not 100% sold on this, but at the same time, I think it can get a ton of value for the friendly team as well. You have more push power coming out from that. You're summoning more beetles more often, and they actually are a little more sustained on top of this. So that 30 spell armor might eat like a Ice Lance from Jaina or something like that. So maybe they will be able to block out some damage with that one right there. But we'll keep an eye on that as the game does progress. Either way, we are going to be seeing both teams kind of matching out in their respective lanes. And Piers will be the solo laner, as I was talking about in draft. I was unsure of whom it was going to be going over to. Look at this right now. Look at them. They're just getting in range of the experience globes. They're not even actually hitting the wave. I love how the solo lane matchup has changed at this point, just from the way that the experience is dealt. Because there is, so the way at least that I read it, basically there's a 6 range. So who can we get someone with a 6 range? I click on a melee person, 6 range. Lunara has 5.5 auto. So basically where Lunara's auto attack range lies is 0.5 more. In that range, the experience globes gravitate towards the hero slowly, and then in a 1.5 range, you can actually grab them. They'll like suck up into you. So they'll slowly kind of work their way towards you in that 6 range, so you can kind of play close. You don't have to be on top of the minions, and I feel like that's what a lot of people are upset about. They're like, I have to go up and physically get those globes. It's not really. Like, you can pull them towards you, so you don't have to be insanely aggressive with this. But as I'm saying this, you know, see, look at that. Rainer right there was able to grab an experience, and he was just, you know, I'd say about 6 units away from where it was. So at the same time, like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of quick judgment on the Nexus anomalies, but we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens as the games do progress and as we get further and further into the weeks. I think the solo lane matchup is going to change quite a bit from this. I think the solo lane will be played a little bit differently in how you're actually pushing up minions and just how aggressive you're going to be with said wave. In this 4-man, I don't think this is going to change much. It's just going to be aggression. It's going to be looking for just pushing straight into the wave. So you're going to be on top of the experience regardless. It's not like Abathur where you're playing to the side and, you know, you're going to struggle, because Abathur got hard nerfed by the Nexus anomalies. I will be blunt by that one, because if you made an exception where Abathur could still soak from the bush, that would make sense. But since you're now saying that no hero can soak from bush or from shaded areas, like, that's a rough go, because that means that Abathur and Lost Vikings are gonna struggle, because I would say that's probably how you played a lot of them. Most of the time you'd be sitting in a bush or just off to the side soaking, waiting for that experience to come in. You might rotate one in to get the regeneration globe for your friendly or for yourself, because that way the Vikings can actually get a faster regeneration on their base health. Either way, rants all aside, is this live? No, it's all a replay, even my casting. You can't pick them up from behind your minion wave, though. Wait, what? Thanks for the gift sub. I was AFK. Oh, enjoy, Epic Player. Enjoy your Asmapog, your finger guns, and your Baja Rages, and your little gilded beard in chat. Day, thank you for gifting 2 subs in chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tuna Breath just clearing out top. Blaze doing the same thing in bottom. Immortal race phase is mostly going to be going over to the members of I Must Feed here. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to turn this around. They'll take down some of the shielding on this, but this is going to be a very, very well shielded Immortal in favor for the members of I Must Feed. That's going to be going straight into top lane. Top lane is more well defended than bottom, and you can see it's very minuscule. Looks like there's 2 towers with damage on them and a gate. No. Oh, the sidewall has damage on as well. Big difference. We'll go ahead and open up this top lane. Lunara does have Nature's Calling at level 4, so she does siege in really, really well. It's 150, I believe, 125 bonus toxin damage on anything that, like, non-heroic. Just anything non-heroic here. So we're looking at a very early fort. Okay, Anubarak will be burrow charging out. They're going to back off right there. We do have the Immortal. It's going to go down. It will take down majority of, I'd say more than half of the health on that fort right there. John Goodman, though, going to be pushing on up through this bottom wave. I'm not going to be playing it too aggressive. I was wondering if they were going to try and step up into the Imperius knowing that they were a little bit low, but seems like that's going to be just them playing it safe, waiting for the waves to crash, and going to be stepping back up. Exactly what I was just saying. They're going to be doing that right there. They're just going to... I think they did tap well on top of it, because you can see that their bars are slowly going up, but this looks like it's going to be top lane still sieging on in favor for the members of I Must Feed. We're going to cycle through some of those other numbers really quickly, get an idea of what those look like while we are approaching our 10s, and while these teams are kind of playing around this top, looking to see, well, do we step up? Are we going to go for the fort? We got a minion wave kind of coming in here. No, they're not going to be able to grab a fort. And the Immortal phase, by the way, should be about 45 seconds or so from the announcement, so we're really, really close to another one of those already. It's a very, very short cooldown for this objective phase on this map. I believe Dragonshire is one of the other shortest, as well as... I was going to say Blackheart's Bay. That's just the announcement for the chest immediately in the game, but Brax's Holdout has a very, very quick respawn on its objective timer, as well as the initial timer on top of that. Speaking of, no one's banned that out, so we could be seeing that potentially tonight. This is a best of 3 series, and we do have a second one coming up after this at 7:30 PST, so it's going to be in about a little less than an hour, or a little bit more than an hour 15 or so. Nubrak will be burrow charging out, trying to back out right there. 10 talent tier is actually, excuse me, not 10 talent tier, but a little bit of a level lead starting to come in. Experience lead, I guess is a better way to put it, on the side of ProBUs. John Goodman, though, Hearth and back. Immortal phase is back up and ready to go here. I think the Malthael's going to join in the friendly team and try and just take a full 5v5 team fight. As you can see, ooh, that's a very good jet propulsion from the Blaze as the members of ProBUs finding the first blood of this game. Yes, first blood coming in at 7 minutes into our game here, as 10 talent here is not too far away, and that kill just yielded them a ton of experience. We have seen experience from before, but here we're going to be seeing about 700 coming in from the one heroic kill, and that's going to push them up just far enough to be able to get that 10. Might even be enough to just to threaten the fact that they're going to be able to grab this Immortal phase. They're trying to zone back Lunara, who did go into Sentinel Wisp at level 1, so she will be able to scout out quite a bit with that. We can actually see this range right here, that kind of the bottom edge of the shadow. This is how much vision you get from the Sentinel Wisp at level 1, so that's why you can see them playing safely in top lane while the enemy team is going to be pushing down in bottom, and they find themselves a Malthael. Unfortunately, Corvix is not able to rotate down here in time. With that, they're like, well, we can see Ladder in bottom, let's go ahead and just get ourselves a free fort. But this Immortal phase looks like it might be going over to the members of ProBUs, as... I mean, it's 10's up. Malthael's down for 4 seconds. It's a risky fight. I don't think they go for it. They're just going to be on the defensive foot here in the bottom lane. Or bottom? Maybe top. Top lane. Victory through righteousness. Why am I awake? Because you want to see wonderful Heroes of the Storm action. Thank you. Thank you for coming by, everybody. Sorry if I'm missing anyone in chat. It's been quite a wild ride as we have a light bomb on top of the combustion. Lacerates went out. Did it get the kill? Did it? Let's see. It did get the stack. All right. Dear Lord, the light bomb combustion. That's a new one for me. I have not seen that synergy right there. But it kind of makes sense. You get the light bomb stun. You get a little damage onto them. And then you also get the combustion on top of it. We'll see if it works out. Ring of Frost, actually, you could throw the Ring of Frost underneath it, and I think that's probably the triple they're aiming to go for. We got a lot of game left, though, so we'll see what's going to be happening with that one. Either way, Immortal will be going down in top lane. Lunar and friends will make quick work of that one as they lose their front gate. That's a very good Ring of... Excuse me, I was going to say... The Ring of Frost was coming out, my mind shifted to what it was, but that was a very good burrow charge coming out from the Anubrak, able to just find themselves a pick onto 2 members of the opposing side, and this will allow them to be able to go ahead, rotate over to this top, grab a camp, push that in through there, and I'm wondering, do they try and steal away the camp? Do they try and play super aggressive? The death timers are way too low. It's not worthwhile. And their own camp is about 3 minutes away. Oh, but they're going to look for a collapse on a John Goodman, who's very far forward into the lane. In these, oh, Blaze misses the jet propulsion, but yeah. So in these situations, when you get ganked like that, it's due to the fact that they're just playing so far into the lane. Their retreat path was all the way over here, and they were playing towards the top of the lane. So if you were to be actually fighting down to this lower position, they would basically have to make a gigantic flank into you, and that flank is a lot harder than this one over here, where they're coming straight down into the middle of the lane. So you can have people kind of cycle into the back as Anduin goes down, as I'm trying to explain those things. But it's positioning. It's definitely positioning in that situation. And if you can just play towards the lower half of the map and just know that no one will be able to, not no one, but it's harder to gank you if you're playing in this position rather than if you're playing up here towards the actual huge opening. I mean, look, there's so many different ways you can get flanked here. They can come into the front of you there, and then they can also flank you in from there. So it's just little things. Like I don't want to like, I'm not saying like, oh, Malthael, like worst plays ever. Not at all. John Goodman's playing a great game here. They've got tons of value for the friendly team. You can actually see Tuna Breath is scouting this out right now, and they do see this on the opposing side, so they know that there's someone potentially coming down here to invade on this camp, so the rest of the team will come in. But my point is just you can learn from a lot of these moments. There's definitely little laning things you can change, and that can completely change up how your entire game goes. If that Malthael wasn't picked off there might have been a quicker rotation for the camp, might have been able to just jump onto this Immortal even quicker, or they could have looked for a fight of their own. And I say they could have jumped on this Immortal quicker. They're doing fine on their own with the timing that they have, but still, it's just little optimizations always are something of note.
What's up, bud?
He's just throwing his toys around right now, right in front of me. Anyways, that's going to be the Hyperion coming out as we do see the Jaina getting picked off. There's going to be Miles actually blinking right into the combustion from Blaze. Light Bomb goes out from Imperius, will connect onto a Nubrak. There's going to be the Angelic Armament going out. Sudden Bears goes down as they do find a Last Rites onto Blaze. The ragdolling from Last Rites is just always entertaining, but this looks like it will be a Immortal in favor for the members of ProBUs. They gotta make a quick play onto this. It's 2 down on both sides. Their race potential is through Raynor. The opposing side is going to be on that Lunara. They just don't really have like a they don't have like an Imperius on the opposing side to kind of step up and anchor for them. They've just got a lot of raw damage, and they're going to try and make a play with that happen, and it seems like it is going to be working out perfectly for them as Miles is popping off. Gets pushed back by the Immortal, but that doesn't even phase the fact that they were able to just anchor for the team right there and get the majority of that damage. The resets that were provided for them were absolutely perfect, and that is going to be Immortal phase going over to the members of ProBUs, and this is a very, very healthy Immortal coming through, I believe, bottom lane. Yeah, because there's still the fort down here. Still, oh, Raynor, going for a bit of an adventure here, aren't you? I don't know if you lived through this one. If they played that differently, they could. No, I'm just kidding. Immortal will be going through bottom lane. This is actually a really smart play coming out from the members of I Must Feed to be able to push in through this top lane while the Immortal's pushing down here, so you're splitting the enemy team's focus. And this Immortal is attacking from range, and it does have a shield on it as well, and it does quite a bit of damage. 746 in auto currently, as the enemy team is still pushing on in through top lane. They got to make a quick, decisive play into this enemy team, but at the same time, they do have their 16s, so trying to protect yourself while an Immortal's pushing bottom lane, and you have a 16 talent tier team pushing in through top, is a very rough place to be in as Dragon tries to get out. Last Rites value coming out from the... Oh my god, that was Ancestral Healing onto them as well from the Malthael. Tuna Breath is going to be taking way too much damage as the Hyperion comes out from Raynor, and they're going to step up and they're going to look to end game, but they're stacked up so much. This is another thing that I talk about a lot. When you try and end game and you're stacking up around the core like that, it does splash damage, and you can, with health bars like this, you could potentially be going down. That's a web wrap just to disengage. Actually, is it a web wrap to disengage? Last Rites is up in 20 seconds, so they're not going to use that one. I think they're just trying to stagger out of death, as they do miss some of the initial skill shot damage, but they still find the Raynor staggering out that death right there. But with so many members about to be back up, it's not worthwhile. The Immortal's still pushing in bottom lane. I want to harp on that fact. It went through a fort, it went through a keep, and it's got half its health and it steps up onto the core, so the enemy team says, or the friendly team says, well, we might as well come in with the Immortal. Combustion coming out from the Blaze will connect onto one. Sudden Bears, I think, is just going to take one for the team and will be going down while the rest are able to escape. Immortal now over onto the core is going to be doing a little bit of damage. I think he'll take it down to around 40 or so percent. 50, actually, okay. I thought there was a little bit more damage coming out from that, but not the case. And that was the second. No, that was a third Immortal phase of this game. Let's actually cycle through the numbers here, get an idea what those look like as we reset the map and get ready for our next Immortal phase in about a minute or so here. It's so far looking really good for I Must Feed. But as I was saying, and I was talking with Kyle Ferguson in his stream earlier, this is a map where you can definitely come back. There's so many opportunities to come back on this map. Even though you lose keep, even though you lost both keeps and you have consistent catapults, you still have, it's a very small map, so you still have quick rotations, 2 lanes to be able to manage all those. So Very, very good. Also, Carpe Felis, I missed this. Thank you for gifting a sub to Driveron? Driveron, I think it is. Enjoy your gifted sub, my friend, as the, oh my god, the Light Bomb, the Ring of Frost underneath that as well. ProBUs is actually turning around these fights right now, and that's exactly what they needed. That is 1000% what they needed right there. This gives them time to push up bottom, gives them time to manage top, and with 40-some seconds on the board, they might be able to confirm a fort. Seems like they're gonna grab a camp, though. Stream hacked achieved R rating. Oh no! If you're trying to safely soak behind the mini wave because 1.5 range is too small, Carpe Felis, I understand that, but did you miss the part where there's a 6 range that actually it slowly gravitates towards you? 1.5 will pick it up, 6 will actually gravitate towards you. So you definitely, like, you can still soak from behind. Like, it's not just the 1.5 range to pick it up, and I think that's what people keep harping on. And there's a lot more to it. Like, there's a whole, like, an actual gravitating range of the experience globes coming towards you. 1.5 is just the range you need to be in for them to fully be, quote unquote, sucked up into your hero.
I must find another way. Blue team's core is under attack.
They could try and backdoor this right now. Dragon taking a lot of initial damage. It's a huge depth repulsion. That's going to be the Light Bomb with the combustion. They also have the Ring of Frost underneath it. Ancestral Healing doesn't come down in time. Lunara, Anubrek, and Greymane, or excuse me, Rhaegar all go down right there. Imperius going to be, they're considering backing off to clear core. They themselves are going to be having their Immortal getting whittled down very quickly between the Malthael and the Li Ming, so they're just going to go ahead and they're going to try and hold this over with the Angelic Armament as well. Just going to eat the damage raw from the Li Ming as Malthael's going to dive out of the way. They actually have Hong Fu coming down here as well to help out. This is going to be a very close Immortal race because they're just trying to body the damage, but Malthael is just too much of, oh my god, 40 health was the difference between the two. 40 health. 40 health. Ray, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Glad you're enjoying the stream. This is the Immortal that ProBUs needed. I can't believe they were able to grab that. Bottom lane pressure coming on through, though. This Immortal will be starting out in melee range because it doesn't have any, it has 0 shielding. So they'll grab themselves their first fort of the game. Hung Fu going to be dove upon. This is going to be Light Bomb thrown onto them, but I think this might just be to zone the enemy team away, more or less. They're actually going to pop the combustion from the Blaze. Ring of Frost comes out. There was a web wrap onto them. I don't know if combustion actually got triggered there. Anduin does go down. There's a huge wave of force going out onto this Jaina, but they end up getting picked off. And while they pick up an amazing Immortal for themselves, they are going to be losing 3 members as the enemy team can potentially rush through core, through top lane, actually. They got a great wave coming in right there as well. Taking those shots really paid off? Exactly. It paid off by 40 health. And I didn't think it would, but it 1000 did. As a Genji not getting out 40 HP. I meant 6 range because they did move towards me when I was behind menu. Okay, I get you. I get you. As I said, like, I haven't played with it yet, but it doesn't seem, I feel like there's a lot more knee-jerk reaction to the change than there actually being a problem. GG, game 1 going over to the members of I Must Feed in an amazing back and forth. Yeah, I just, whenever you get something new for a game, people are going to either going to love it off the bat and be like, cool, this is a good change, I see where you're going from it, or there's going to be people who read the patch notes and then go, this is garbage, I hate it, and it's going to suck, and they never play with it. So they have a judgment from day. It's like when Diablo Immortal came out, when they announced it last year at BlizzCon, and everyone was like, this is the worst, blah, 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 I can't believe you do this. And then I talked to people and I asked them, I was like, did you play the thing at BlizzCon? They're like, I didn't go, so I didn't play the demo. It's like, well, then how can you have a basis for a game that you've never played? That's like me saying, Hello Kitty Princess Island's a bad game. I've never played it or watched it. How can I have a judgment basis for that? So that's just me. That's just me though. Anyways, we'll get set up for our next game. Let's get a ping out to one of the players. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head who's on what team. I believe it's Dragon. Yes. Also, by the way, Diablo Immortal, I played it at BlizzCon. That is going to be a day one. Oh, it's a day one download for me. That was so much fun. I had so much fun playing Diablo Immortal on my phone. Or not on my phone, but on the tablet they had there. Or actually, I was using a Samsung phone. There were tablets that they did have there that you could play it on. So I still fight on top of minions, so I don't really notice a change. Yeah, I feel like solo lane's going to be a completely different game. Solo lane, I think, got impacted the most from our patch. I like how he's just his one paw, just on top of the toy. That's it. What's up, Zulros? How you doing, bud? Okay. All right. Just confused. I Must Feed was the team winner. Team wiener. There we go. Seems like teams are all set up here. I just need to know one thing. So it's going to be... Okay. Screams unclean. Carpet Feels also, as I said before, thank you for the gifted sub.
Hello.
Alrighty. Apparently they swap portraits around, so they're having a little back and forth about that one. But once again, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Glad you're enjoying the games. And we'll go ahead and get into game number 2 in just a moment. If you are new to the stream, my name is Bahamut. I do a lot of casting for Heroes of the Storm, typically Monday through Thursday. And we try and grab at least two games minimum. 3 is the optimal, but it's just always hard with scheduling. We'll see as the season progresses what we get, but... Okay, I'm being told that I'm going to be host. Makes sense. I am host. Referee. They're ready, they're ready. Okay, going. Good luck, have fun. Spooky worm. Alrighty, everybody, let's get into game number 2. We are going to be going... Oh, no. Spectrum? Spectrum? Spectrum, I think, is having a nightmare with me right now. This is I think we're back. I think we're stable. This is my nightmare. Let's get into game. I'm tilted, but we'll recover. All right, everybody. We've had quite a draft that's already happened. Let me go ahead and just update you on the maps really. Let me update you on the maps really quickly. The map pick is going to be Brax's holdout of ProBUs. They wanted map pick priority as they were the losers of the last game. We had Dragonstar, Sky Temple, Volsky, and Curse Hollow banned out, and Battlefield was our first map of the entire series. Hopefully, Spectrum stays level. I'm gonna have to call them after stream because this shouldn't happen. And this is our draft. Sorry, everyone. Really sorry. I apologize. This is what my nightmares are made of. That and literally me saying team names wrong. I had an actual nightmare about that last week. It was very enjoyable. But Rexar, Anduin, Greymane, and Gul'dan on the left-hand side. We have Brax's holdout as the map, so point control is the name of the game coming out from the members of ProBUs as they want to take us to a game number 3, and Blaze will be the pickup on the left-hand side as well. Kael'thas, Ana, Arthas, Illidan, and Hanzo. The Illidan's going to be the outlier for me. It's really going to be dependent on how they play this game. But overall, I got to say, the aggression level coming out from I Must Feed is probably a little stronger. So I think I'd lean into them to be the victors for this one. Just draft-wise, at least. All right. We're back. That's the worst. That's a bummer. No, I literally couldn't. Yo, what's up, zombie? I thought spiders are bad. Incorrect pronunciation might be the worst. Yeah, I know. My OBS literally was just like, you're not connecting to Twitch anymore. And I was like, but I'm literally logged in through Twitch through my OBS. And then my bitrate was at 20K for no apparent reason. But we're good. I think we're here. Let's get into game. I hope we don't have any more issues. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Alrighty, on the left-hand side, we got the members of ProBUs. Oh my god. We have Tunabref going to be on the Rexar. We are going to be seeing Hongfu on the Anduin, Dragon on the Blaze, Secret Asian Man going to be on the Gul'dan, and Aruba on the Greymane. On the right-hand side, we have the members of I Must Feed trying to close this out in a 2-0 fashion. We've got John Goodman going to be on the Illidan. We have Korix is going to be on the Arthas, Miles on the Hanzo, Lister Fiend is going to be on the Kael'thas, and Sudden Bear's on that Ana. Spiders are the best. We'd be able to angle bugs if they didn't exist. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, but I got bit by a black widow when I was a small child, and I'm still terrified of spiders. I live in a forest. Oh god, are you serious? I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not gonna be able to stream the rest of the evening. I'm legitimately it's dropping frames so bad. I'm at 1,600 bitrate. I should be at 6K is what you all need to know. I honestly don't know what to do at this point because it's not gonna be a watchable stream. I think what we're gonna do is, if you can hear me, we're going to kill stream. We're gonna host over Heroes Hype or Heroes Hearth, just because this is unwatchable. And I'm really sorry, everybody. I wish I could do something else, but this is unfortunately going to have to be the end of my stream. I feel really awful. Oh, I was looking forward to today so much. Alrighty. Alright, we're gonna raid over Heroes Hearth. Thank you all for hanging out. Stream is just unwatchable. It's 21,000 bitrate currently. I unfortunately... It's leveling out. We're back. Alright, chat. Since we're back for a couple seconds, we're gonna host over Heroes Hearth. I can't cast this. I legitimately My stream is just breaking. I don't know what to do, to be honest. It's like coming in waves, so it's good right now, but I don't know how many of you actually want to stick around and watch a stream that goes in and out constantly. Oh boy. Alrighty. Illidan in top lane is going to be doing their best to manage this against the Misha and Rexar. We are going to be currently seeing the charge going over in their favor. Seems like we're still alive, so I guess we'll stick with this for a little bit. Zerg wave going to be coming in favor for the members of ProBUs. Not your fault. I know, but it's just like... I don't know. We'll the next time we get a crash wave, we'll probably host over to a different channel. We'll stick with this as long as we can, but I don't feel comfortable and I don't feel good casting subpar games for you all, if that makes any sense. So we're gonna keep going with this one as Sutton Bears gets stove on by the Greymane. Ana goes down right there, as this is going to be the bottom lane getting sieged on in through. Oh my god, there's so much damage coming in through this bottom lane for the members of ProBUs, as they're looking to definitely take us to a game number 3. This is a first Zerg wave. This is a first Zerg wave right now into I Must Feed. Can we just talk about that for a couple seconds? Like, this entire first Zerg wave is wild to me, that they're getting this much value from it. But hey, first one will get the fort. We do see that top lane was defended by the Misha Rexar combo. We have Illidan still pushing on in through there. Skimming through the level 1 talents, we are going to be seeing a Echoed Corruption from the Gul'dan. We also are going to be having the target practice from the Hanzo. We do also have Fingers of Frost from the Kael'thas and the Frost Presence from the Arthas, and we're going to be working their way through the Frozen Tempest at level 4 as well. I feel like red team is my spirit animal, at least in their name. What's up, Jace? How you doing, bud? Stream's a little wonky this evening. Hopefully we've leveled out and we're done with all of that. We'll see. We've dropped 13% of our network frames, which is always a good feel. Maybe that'll be the rest of the evening. Hopefully no more. Everything's been super wonky all of a sudden. Like Twitch at one point, like my OBS said that you're not logged, like it said that my stream key was invalid, and I was like, but that's not possible because I'm literally logged into Twitch through my OBS, which that's my stream key right there. I don't need a stream key. So, it's been an interesting night, and I'm all like anxious and nervous now because stream's been dropping, so I'm like watching the number constantly instead of the actual game at hand, as we do have a Ana and Kael'thas going to be picking up a camp on the right-hand side over here. Illidan going to be doing some work in bottom lane. They have basically traded out the lanes between the two. We'll actually get an idea of what some of the other numbers look like.
The beacons are energizing.
Oh, wow. I'm waiting for the collapse to come into this. That's a huge jet propulsion coming out from the Blaze. Hanzo gets over the wall. Miles is going to be poking on in with this Hanzo. This is a lot of damage onto Secret Asian Man, who does go down. Gul'dan out of there. Hong Fu is going to be the next target. Great Howling Blast from the Arthas, as they do pick up a second kill onto them. They get 2 of their own. We have a bit of a graphical mess up on our screen, but that will be the camp finally grabbed by the members of I Must Feed. Beacons will be activating. Alicia raiding in with 75 viewers. Thank you so much, Alicia, for raiding over. I really hope that stream stays level at this point. Welcome, everyone, from Alicia's stream. We've had some network issues, but I think we're good. We're casting some games. Thanks for so much, Alicia. I really, really appreciate that. I hope you had a wonderful stream, my friend. I got to catch a bit of it earlier. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming by. Red team looking so strong right now. I agree. Like, they're starting to bring it back a little bit here. This was a first Zerg wave. For anyone that just came into our stream, this was the first Zerg wave value for the members of ProBUs. Yo, Zell, Nero, Cult, Mahalo, and Alicia. Thank you once again for the raid. Thanks for bringing all your friends over here. Now, with that raid, That means that Spectrum's going to give us level internet speeds, and we're not going to jump to 20k bitrate again. Please. I would like to continue casting all evening and not have to stop early. Anyways, 10 Talontier is going to be up on the side of ProBUs as Light Bomb will come out. Huge jump propulsion from the Blaze will be connecting onto 2 as they also get the combustion on top of all of that. The Greymane tried to dive in, but the Howling Blast will slow them down. They still get the kill onto Kael'thas. Charge going through in favor for our members on the blue team as John Goodman is doing their best in this bottom lane to try and force Tuna Breath off, and they will be able to, and the percentage will be around 32, okay. As they also will be hitting their 10 Talontier in just a moment. On the right-hand side for I Must Feed. Just all the Alicia, yes. The Alicia and Kai faces are just so very good as Arthas gets picked off right there. And we do have 10 Talontier now just rolling on in for the members of I Must Feed. Unfortunately, no Sindragosa for this game, but we do have the Hunt from the Illidan. And on a map like this, that is actually a really, really big range. We can actually take a peek at what that range looks like. You can kind of see it on the mini-map right now. It extends to just about the bottom lane as we were taking a peek at that, but we do have an engagement popping up in this top lane in just a minute. Zergwave actually was 100% picked up. I was thinking that they're going to try and make a play onto that point, but no. They're going to go ahead and just... They're going to 5-member defend this? Okay. Hanzo Arrow connecting onto Anduin. Hunt coming in from the Illidan as well, but John Goodman's very far from the friendly team. Light Bomb comes out that will get the Illidan kills. They find the Arthas on top of all of that as well. Ooh, a lot of initial damage. Kael'thas did have the nano boost thrown onto them from Ana, but this is the members of ProBUs trying to take us to a game 3. Like hardcore trying to take us to a game 3 right now. This is back-to-back Zerg waves that have confirmed the fort. Like, this is a lot of pressure immediately coming in their favor. And this Rexar not backing or not joining in the friendly team is crazy to me, because the fact that it's just like you're going to continually split push and you're going to get value through bottom and top, and that's why you see the Illidan breaking off and rotating into the bottom lane is going to be able to try and dive onto them and force them back through that bottom. But Zergwave sitting around 38%, does have the 2 Guardians still up and a few Zerg units. Well, I guess they're all Zerg units. Hydras and... I think it's just Hydras. I thought there was a couple Lings, but they actually would have been... Oh, no, there's some Lings up there, some Hydras. Anyways, 13 Talontier has hit for the members of ProBUs, and they clear out the Zerg wave on the side of I Must Feed. We should be seeing that pop up once again around the 11-minute 30 mark. I believe it's a 1-minute 30 counter on that one, and we just got to the 10-minute mark in game. This is risky, though, for I Must Feed. Maybe they're just playing into their name? But stepping up while the enemy team has 13 Talontier like that is very risky. Horrify comes out as well. That's going to be the Arthas getting picked off. John Goodman in a bit of a rough spot. Misha Bear somehow living through all this. Chain Bomb value spreading from player to player as they get the Misha and the Rexar kill with that one. They should find Dragon on top of this. Blaze going to be... Okay, the healing wave will be coming out from Anduin and that divine... That was really close. Why would you engage in the middle of a Zerg wave? Well, let me just tell you this, Apocalypse Shovel. Sometimes you just gotta int. Cult Leader, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate that, my friend. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Glad you're enjoying the content. It looks like we've leveled out on our stream, so that's at least very good. And we should be able to cast all of our games this evening. That was the big worry. It was just like, we have another best of 3 after this one at 7:30. So what happens if... yeah, but we're good. The chain bomb spreading right there was absolutely wild. Absolutely wild how much value chain bomb got right there. Misha the Betrayer. They also had that Sun King's Fury as well. I think they did get scouted out. Let's jump over to our red vision. Or both teams just setting up for a party bush. Illidan is clearing top. Got a little bit of health left on this fort, 1,200, but they accidentally, they have been found out by the members of ProBUs and get picked off right there. They actually could make a play for top lane keep. It does not have a lot of health. They can push this up and potentially poke at it and back out easily. Apocalypse, you like my my professional analytics analysis? There we go. All right, beacon phase is going to be going over, well, it's going to be starting up right now, but I would say at least with the positioning and with the way that these team fights are going, it's going to go over in favor for ProBUs. But you never know. Things could change. Oh, face checking the bush like that's a bit of a rough go as Corvix is trying to make it out of there. They do get the healing they need from the Army of the Dead. Hongfu gets the light bomb thrown onto them as they were hunted by the Illidan. John Goodman trying to now sustain damage or get some just chase damage onto this Gul'dan. Seems like it's working out for now. Blaze pops the combustion, and actually John Goodman steps to the side. They end up going down. Blades of Azeroth being thrown around over there, and Dragon taking a lot of damage, does get the jet propulsion out. Top lane will be in control for the members of I Must Feed, but there's a top wave coming in, and this catapult and minion wave should confirm the keep. I don't know if Hanzo can rotate here in time. I think they actually decided they're like, oh no, Kael'thas is going to step up and be like, I got the wave clear, don't worry. Unfortunately, that's the keep still going down, and Kael'thas just showed in top lane. So they're going to try and maybe make a play in this top as well. Misha and Rex are in bottom lane, going to be holding this over. And this is once again, third Zerg wave going over to the members of ProBUs. I Must Feed on the back foot in this game number 2. Catalyst, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Greymane dives down into Lister Fiend. They end up going down. That's the majority of their Zerg wave clear being removed. Like, Kael'thas is a major factor in the Zerg wave clear for the members of I Must Feed, and without that, this is a little bit of a risky, but they're down for only 20 more seconds, and they still have a keep to go through on the opposing side. This Zerg wave now crashing on in. Banelings do a lot of the initial damage. If they can get rid of those initially, that'd be huge for them, but they're going to play to this backside, and they're just going to have to wait for the Kael'thas to get back up. And they're going to have to defend this core. This is basically, at this point, a core rush coming in with the Zerg wave, 95%. And the enemy team does have their 16 talent here on top of all of this. Kael'thas is up. Let's see if they're able to make a play as the Zerg wave comes in. Going to be stacking up a little bit. Huge arrow from the Hanzo. Hunt coming in from the Illidan as well. That's going to be the light bomb coming out onto 1. Tunaburf, I think, was the target for that. Hanzo going to be going down. But while that's happening, the Zerg wave is on the core, and it looks like that is going to be game number 2 going over to the members of ProBUs. GG. Well played. A very good game. I think we're level. I think we're level, stream. Also, Alicia wins. Thank you for the raid.
You
Just
up for some cake and pie later, buddy?
that GIF is brought to you by old TF2 memes. Whew. Alrighty, back to Bandit Night as we update our scores and we figure out if who's gonna be taking this best of 3 series. It looks like the teams are handling the map, the lobbies, so I'm just gonna not do anything. And welcome you all here. My name is Bahamut. I do a lot of casting of Heroes of the Storm. If you've never been here before, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you once again, Alicia, for bringing all your friends over here as we have been casting HOTS. We do have this best of 3 series, and then we have one more after this one. So if you are enjoying the content you see, there's a lot more coming at you. But thank you for sticking around. Thank you for checking out the stream, and I hope you enjoy your stay while we are going to be casting some Heroes of the Storm for the Nexus Gaming Series Season 8. Also, if you enjoy the games that you see and you'd like to see some other previous casts by me, or if you just want to see some Heroes of the Storm action, there is a YouTube channel I have full of Heroes of the Storm games that I have casted from Season 2, I believe, of Nexus Gaming Series all the way up to Season 7. There's some Heroes Hype Premiere Series. There's if you go way back, there's actually an Open Division game that I got to cast back when Open Division was like a free-for-all before not Open Division. Yeah, no, it was Open Division. Before, like, when it used to be like a free-for-all, like everyone could just be like, there was like a gigantic bracket, you could just jump into it and you could you could cast, like you'd be going up against like Solid Jake at that time, so it was just like 10 viewers versus his 10K, but like, or not 10K, but you know, he had quite a big pull with his Heroes content. So anyways, CP, thank you for the follow. Oh, okay. Who is going to be choosing this map? So they wanted that, so it's going to be that. Okay. Alrighty. For anyone that is wondering, for tonight, so we're currently in ProBUs versus I Must Feed, Division D East, and then we are going to be jumping over to Dat Tasso versus Can't Counterpick Stupid, and that'll be at 7:30 PST, and that's going to be a Division C West matchup. Tomorrow night, if you do enjoy the content and you want to see it, you're like, man, I wish there was more Heroes of Storm content. I wish I'd just keep watching it, and there's just all this stuff in the world. Tomorrow night, we are going to be having more Heroes of Storm action. We are going to be seeing Tiny Dancers versus Phoenix Rising Ruby. That's going to be Division B East. And then we have Randy Newman versus the Spoilers. I believe that's Division D West. So a lot of good games coming at you even tomorrow night. But everyone is here. Everyone is talking about portraits. I am going to go ahead and give them a Twitch link, and then we'll get going into this game, I believe. Alrighty. Oh. Okay. I just need one more ready. That's all I need. And we'll get going, buds. You alright, bud? Alright, we just need to ready from the members of the other team, and then we'll get going. Alrighty. We push the button. Let's go ahead and head on into game number 2, or excuse me, game number 3 in our first of 2 best 3 series. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. I will be your caster this evening, as well as your host, your analyst, your admin, and your second best friend. We do have Alterac Pass as our third map, and if you're sitting at home and you got raided into this stream and you're like, wait, how did we get here? Don't worry. It's okay. I got you covered. The home team is going to be ProBUs. They lost the coin flip, giving first pick priority over to the members of I Must Feed for game number 1. They banned out Volskaya and Cursed Hollow. Dragonshire and Sky Temple were banned out by the members of ProBUs. Battlefield of Eternity was the first map chosen by them. They lost that. They opted for map pick priority in game number 2. They chose to take us to Braxis Holdout. They won that map. They opted for first pick priority on the side of Inting for Globes, meaning map pick priority goes over to ProBUs, and they have decided to take us to Alterac Pass. Let's get on into our draft and take a peek at what we have so far. Kel'Thuzad going to be banned out on the right-hand side. We do see Sylvanas being removed as well. Sorry, there's like this... The new dashboard for Twitch, it keeps moving around on me because I only use like a third of it. Like, I preferred the old one because it just... everything was just a lot cleaner. It's a weird thing to say, but like, I don't know, like... They had a completely customizable UI where you can move everything around, and then they locked half of it and then didn't, and I don't know, I don't hate it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. And maybe I just have to get used to it, but just, there's a lot of other things I wish that were still there for like the other one. But anyways, we have a draft. Let's actually get into this one right now, as we have a Joanna picked up on the right-hand side, Li Ming and Anduin on the left. I like that so far coming out from them for Alterac Pass. A lot of poke potential, lockdown, really good healing coming out from the Anduin. Kael'thas will be picked up, pairs well with the Joan as well, with the Condemn being able to group people up. You have that chain bomb that gets thrown out, and that can spread indefinitely. Well, not indefinitely. That was ages ago. Back in the day, it spread indefinitely. But here, it's just going to be chaining off to couple members, as we are going to be able to have that Condemn as the kind of amplifier for it, I guess you could say. Either way, we are going to get into a ban phase, as they need to pick up something in the solo lane. They actually could ban out a Dahaka. I would love to see a Dahaka ban here, or even a pickup. It's a great map for him. It also it pair well into the Kael'thas. You have a Gravity Lapse to follow up into the Tongue Drag. Joanna also has the Slow and the Condemn. That also kind of just helps set up for said Tongue Drag, or even Isolation. On the right-hand side, though, same thing, kind of thing. You could be looking for that. Otherwise, Imperius might not be a bad idea, or even Blaze. I would consider the Blaze ban, because that was a lot of a big playmaking potential coming out from ProBUs in Game 1 and Game 2, and removing that would be huge for them, but they're actually going to get rid of the Greymane, which I don't disagree with either. Aruba had some really good Greymane plays in the last game on said on the Greymane, so I like it a lot. But here I'm kind of expecting just to see a Blaze. They could go double reset if they wanted to pick up a Genji here. Genji does have decent poke into this. You have a lot of job titles, but what's Bandit's job title? He's the best boy. That's it. He's the best boy. He's also probably one of the top North American casters. Also, how you doing, Steppen? Thanks for coming by, friend. There's the Blaze going to be picked up on the left-hand side. They grab a Rainer with that as well. Okay, I think I can see some synergies here. I wish the Leeming was a Jaina, but they picked that up first. I think they might have been looking for a different composition. I think they were looking for the Leeming Greymane, but that was banned out before they could grab it. Imperius will be the pickup on the right-hand side with the Hanzo as well. They've been playing Blaze kind of main tanky-ish. I was kind of thinking like, oh, do you maybe pick up a Junkrat for more poke potential? But you needed something frontline. I like the Thrall. I think it could work out for them. I'm a little worried about their actual frontline, like sustainability, but even like, cause like going into Joanna, that's going to be difficult for them. 100%. Imperius is going to be really bit of a nuisance, or a big nuisance for them as well. And then Killhouse can poke from the backline as well as Hanzo. So it's getting into that backline is going to be the difficult part. Is Deathwing banned from games? Yes, Bino Wolf. Deathwing is banned for because this is a league for Nexus Gaming Series, so they have their league set of rules, which when a new hero comes out, or if there's massive changes in a rework, or they have like a committee that decides these things. When a new hero specifically comes out, it is 2 weeks. So the first week that Deathwing will be available will be the week of the 16th, and that is the day that is my birthday. So we'll be doing some casting that day. We'll be doing some fun games. Speaking of announcements, for anyone that knows who Tatsuki is or enjoys watching her streams, we will be doing a nice little best of 5 series with her and a bunch of other friends on Sunday. Come by to find out who that is. By the way, if you miss Cat Peach casting, she'll be there as well. But we got games. Let's get into those. On the left-hand side, we have ProBUs. We have Tuna Breath going to be on the Thrall, Dragon going to be on the... Dragon will be on the Blaze. There we go. Hongfu is going to be on the Anduin. Secret Asian Man going to be on the Li Ming, and Aruba on the Rainer. On the right-hand side, we got I Must Feed. Lister Fiend is going to be on the Kel'Thas. Miles will be on the Hanzo. Korix will be on the Joanna. John Goodman on the Imperius, and Sudden Bears on the Rhaegar. Let's go ahead and take a peek at our level 1s and get on into game number 3 of our first best of 3 of the evening. Okay, cool. So I'm checking stuff on the side to make sure we're still running smooth here, and it seems like we are. Okay, we're good, team. But right now it's just a bit of a slow-ish start. Just waiting for teams to kind of step up into each other. These camps will be popping up at the 1 minute mark, and I'm curious to see who's going to be breaking off to try and grab those immediately. That pressure into lane is actually really, really important for a lot of players, or for a lot of teams. That initial pressure you can throw out into lane, that actually like insanely helps you, because what happens is it's the same premise as like the Shaman camp on Infernal Shrines or Battlefield of Eternity. You have this mid lane pressure that also sieges in extremely well, and also will reduce the armor of the structure, so that means the mini wave pushes really, really fast. It also has a 1 minute 30-second cooldown for its respawn time. So if you're able to grab it before the 1 minute 30 mark, it'll be up again right as the objective is up and available for capture. This is where it works the same way as Battlefield of Eternity or Infernal Shrines, where you can get that Shaman camp pushing through the lane during the objective phase, splitting the enemy team's attention. They either need to deal with that or take free siege from the opposing side. A little bit later on this camp on the right-hand side, but regardless, we don't really see teams often immediately jump onto these 2 points. We actually see somewhere around, I feel like the average is level like 6 to 7 is when teams actually start to brawl over that first objective We'll see, though. I keep saying we'll see, but that's really what it boils down to, because we are currently casting Division D. Every division, I would say, has their own meta. I've talked about this before in, I believe, Season 2, when I was casting a lot of the Alaska games. Hedgie, one of the players, Hedgie, legitimately made Zagara like part meta for that division. Like, Zagara in Division B in Season 2 was like hecka meta. Maybe it might have been Season 3. Anyways, either way, it's each, and then like if you look to Division A and C at that time, neither of them were playing Zagara or even cared about it. But Division B all of a sudden was like super Zagara like centric. Like almost every team was prioritizing her. It's just one of those things. So like as I said, like every division has their own kind of meta. If we were to jump over to Heroic, we'd probably see something like Zeratul being banned out. No longer Abathur due to the fact that we have those regen globe changes, or not regeneration globe, the experience globe changes, and it's a little more difficult for them to soak. But still, like Alarak is a high priority in that skill range. You also have a lot of main tank Uther being played these days, so a lot of things to consider when you swap from different divisions. So for anyone who's wondering, is like, wait a minute, like why are we seeing these talents, or why are we seeing these plays rather than this? Well, each division, as I said, plays a different meta, and they also play in a different skill range too. So just little things to consider, but we have our first objective up and available. Teams could go for the capture onto this. Imperius still soaking up in top lane. We have so this is the vision for the blue team. They see that Imperius is top. They know that there are two in bottom. They can play this aggressive, but what they want to do is they want to grab that mid lane pressure. This is buying a little time for them to, one, grab their own camp, which just came back, and two, step up onto this point. Miles is trying to poke out here and there to figure out where the enemy team is. I like this slow whittle that they've constantly been throwing into bottom lane. They're like, all right, well, we can't see the team. The camp just got pinged. Like, let's go whittle down this fort a little bit further. And like these little plays like that, that's actually insanely impactful for a team. Not being able to rotate and defend this in time, this means that this fort's going to go down fairly easily if they're able to get the objective, if not probably after the objective phase, or even just after a decent team fight. Oh, Bino, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the birthday wish. I'll age up very soon. I'm excited. I'm super, super excited about increasing my age. I'm turning 29, so it's not that big of a deal. When I'm 30, I'll do something special, but I'll probably have people over the night before, eat a bunch of pizzas with them, drink beers, go snowboarding in the morning because I took Monday off of work, and then probably start casting early in the afternoon and do like, I don't know, I gotta figure it out. But I want to do like a super long stream on my birthday, because I feel like it'd be fun. Cast some live games, cast some replays. I don't know. We'll figure it out as the game and the day does progress. But we do have currently a matchup right now, as this is going to be charge going out in favor for ProBUs. If they're able to grab this, they could get quite a bit of siege value. We're scaling throughout the game, so it's about 5 minutes in, so we're probably a quarter of the way through our game currently. The average is around that 20 to 22 minute mark. Joanna trying to step up. Keothas applying some damage in the backline. First objective will be going out in favor for the members of ProBUs. John Goodman rotating down here, just trying to threaten a little bit, but they clear out mid lane, and this is the siege potential you can get with the null camp. Like that stacked up wave really was dealing out some damage. But objectives up. Are they trying to confirm fort in bottom lane? No, that's way too risky. How about a stream walking bandit? I don't know if I have the internet and the connectivity. Let me just say this. I have a landline in my house, not because I want a landline, because cell phone reception is so spotty where I live that I need to have a landline to have business meetings. How many times have you turned 29? 0 times. I was born in 1990. I'm a young fella. I'd love to walk a bandit and show you guys the neighborhood and like the scenery and stuff, but I just don't think it's a possibility. Not unless I invest into an entire like IRL streaming kit, which I don't have that kind of money. Anyways, 10 talent tier round in the corner soon. That's gonna be a great totem from the Rhaegar just to slow them down in this pressure through bottom lane. But the big thing that I want to note here is that they focused on the bottom lane fort, and I like that because they realize that their own is very, very low. So if they do end up losing their own fort and bottom, the Reaver minion spawning, which is going to be the every other wave, which actually I think it should be this next wave right here. There's your Reaver minion popping out. Those do replace catapults on Alterac Pass. So the Reaver minion, like it'll crash and they'll be equal, but if they can sustain their bottom lane fort, and this is coming out every so often, they can actually start to get a little extra siege into this enemy bottom lane keep. We'll see though. Just the game has to progress, and it's really going to be who's able to make the plays post 10. Because we've seen team fights and 10 talent tiers that completely sway the entire matchup. Blessed Shield was actually used there. Not even necessary, but it's just like, we are confirming this Thrall kill. So they end up getting it right there. Our objective, I didn't look at the timer, but we're probably about 40 or so seconds off from when we actually get the announcement, so that's going to be popping up soon. They probably noticed themselves, so they're going to go ahead and try and grab a boss. Now, let's jump over to the vision for the blue team, because they have no idea where the red team is currently. Li Ming, looking over here on our bottom screen, is maybe considering to poke in there, but it's not going to be quick enough, and that boss is easily going to be picked up by the members of I Must Feed. I like this a lot, but this is, well, they're taking advantage of the moment. I keep like counterpointing myself in a lot of these moments, but that's the thing is like you look around the map, it's like, all right, cool, they're going to be grabbing top lane boss. Well, what value can the enemy team get or the friendly team get while the enemy side is getting said boss? Well, they'll step up this mid lane, and this is really powerful, but unfortunately the null camp is going to be targeted by the tower before the actual minion wave, so that will be going down, but that should be a fort going down in mid lane. And this is what I was talking about bottom lane, the Reaver minions stepping this up. They've actually got another one coming in here as well. Boss did get cleared out. It's about to be cleared out. They don't lose their fort, but still just a little bit of damage on the front gate, or excuse me, the gate's gone and a little damage onto the fort itself. I've turned 29 6 times. Little brother's having a hissy fit. I hear candy's good for those things. Just give them candy. Kids who are upset just need candy. That's my all of my years as a camp counselor, that's my recommendation to you. No, that's not. That's a horrible idea. You don't need a hyperactive, angry child, but that's going to be the Dragon Strike coming out from the Hanzo. Anduin going down, as well as the Blaze Ancestral Healing will be connecting onto one just in time, as this is going to be a couple members getting out of there as they've lost 2. The Joanna's out of here, but still, with that, they're like, we're going to try and go for the channel ourselves and try and pull us back into this game. I Must Feed. I wouldn't say they're down by any means. The experience is very, very close. It's 2 to 3 in kills. They've just lost more structures, but at this, on that same note as losing structures, they've also been able to whittle down quite a few on the opposing side. So if they're able to get this, they should be able to confirm 3 forts, depending, obviously, how they end up playing this. Li Ming is trying to poke at this here and there. They're just going to play on the far side of this. They do have about 40 seconds. I think it was 40 seconds total, because this is the second one of the game that they need to channel, so they end around 20-some seconds, gonna poke out here and there, slowing this down. Shield Glare will buy a little extra time as well. If they can keep whittling down like this actually will work out perfectly for them, but they do have all these jailers channeling as well, so that's going to be the end of that one. Meanwhile, though, Tuna Breath is maybe out of position, doesn't end up going down with some 140 health. Phoenix does come out. Unstoppable is going to be used by the Blaze, trying to work their way out of there as they pop that Pyromania. It's pretty long cooldown as well. I believe it's like 80 seconds or something like that. That feels wrong. No, it's 90 seconds. That's why I felt wrong, because it was longer. He's a freshman, you probably lead. Oh no. Curb that. Tell them no. Slap their wrist. Put a dunce hat on them. That's not okay. Ever. 13's up. 2 to 3 in kills. Let's actually cycle through some of the other numbers right now, get an idea of what those look like, as we have seen talents for quite some time. Quests and talents are still being worked through, as Hanzo's still working on that simple geometry, sitting at 8 out of the 20 stacks necessary. They're buying a little bit of time here. Not so much buying time, they're spending the downtime in the engagements, just like, all right, well, if no one's going to engage on us, let's just get a fort for top lane. They might not have this, though. I don't know if the... Oh, hold on. Light Bomb's coming out. That's going to be from the Blaze. Phoenix comes out underneath a lot of this. Earthquake coming out from the Thrall. Angelic Armament going to be going out as well. Dragon goes down, but they do get the huge arrow from Hanzo as well. They also have that Combustion trading out into the Joanna, so it's 1 for 1. Leap of Faith will be saving Tuna Breath, as they actually thought about stepping back into John Goodman, who doesn't end up getting picked off. That Chastise might have been what they needed to finalize that kill. Won't be able to find it. 1 to 1 for kills on that one, and they'll rotate into mid lane, clear this out, and just kind of reset on the map. Pyromania has CDR from globes and his flames, though. That is true. That is very, very true. But how many regeneration globes is that boy getting? Blaze, where you at? Hold on. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Each hit by Flame Stream reduces Pyromania by 5 seconds. Okay. So there's a lot more CDR than I thought there was. Collecting regeneration globes. Okay, I thought it was a permanent cooldown reduction. It's actually per regeneration globe. You're right. Okay, today I learned. 15 gonna be coming. Excuse me, 16 gonna be coming through in just a second. So I'm trying to find some of that questing talent for that bottom left screen. Imperius and friends are looking to try and step up onto this fort. Korix is setting up in the bush. Lister Fiend coming around as well. They're just looking for the jailers. They're just gonna be going for objective channel. Li Ming does have poke range. There's so there's missiles coming out from her. Hanzo's got the arrow out as well. That Sonic Arrow. So that should be all of Li Ming's abilities. Well, no, Magic Missile should be off cooldown at this point. this kind of like this back and forth, like the posturing between both these teams is just, it's nerve-wracking. Earthquake comes out from Thrall a little early right there. Jet Propulsion coming in from the Blaze. There's a Dragon Strike as well coming out. Korik's taking quite a bit of damage. There's a Combustion out from the Blaze with a Light Bomb underneath it. They do have the Ancestor Healing going out onto, I believe it was Rhaegar who was the target for it, and they were the one who got caught by that one. This is a lot of members getting split, and the one who got split a little too much is going to be Blaze. They go down first in this engagement. Secret Asian Man going to be able to get out of there. But this should be channel in favor for the members of our red team. I Must Feed. Trying to step up through this top, but realistically, they need to back off and just at least send one over for this encampment. Li Ming is still going to be poking out at this. The rest of the team is going to be actually saying like, all right, cool, like you're going to corner yourself. They end up blinking forward. They have the rest of the team around them. They actually have a decent wave coming in through mid lane. That's going to be the Leap of Faith to save the Li Ming, who throws a little bit extra damage out, but this should be objective going over. Miles will be making sure that's going to be happening. And I believe that was second objective of the entire game, coming out at 14 minutes. Bottom lane fort, this is what I was talking about. I Must Feed. They have a lot, oh wow. I was gonna say they have a lot of good setup, and that is a great follow-up as well. No Hyperion out from the Rainer as well. Because that's anti-siege, like Hyperion, oh no! The Nexus Force is a little too OP as Imperius gets picked off. That's actually, that's a rough go. But speaking of rough goes, you do have this bottom lane fort going down from a stacked up wave. I would actually say group up and go through mid. You're already there. Unless you're going to be able to find a pick onto Thrall, who's a little out in lane. I think they should. Oh my god, there's no way they make it. I can't believe they made that rotation quick enough to actually get the Thrall locked down, but they also did have Blessed Shields. You see that on about a 60-second cooldown. So that was the main kind of setup for them to be able to get that kill. Really smart play coming out from the members of I Must Feed. I'm just jumping to like different team names mentally, but Fort going down in the top lane. Keep going down in the top lane. Combustion coming out from the Blaze. A lot of initial damage going to be on this keep, and they should be able to confirm it just from the objective itself. One more slash will do the trick. Mid lane's already gone down. They have a decent wave here that they could just kind of push up a little bit further. Maybe play against the fact that Thrall's down for the next 8 seconds, and then bottom lane does crash onto the keep. I would actually say they could have maybe rotated down this bottom lane keep a little bit quicker and maybe even gone for that one. Light Bomb went onto the Blaze, but I think that was just kind of a zoning potential moment. We do have 15 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, so I think our next objective is somewhere around the 18-minute mark. Yeah, I believe it's somewhere around the 18-minute mark. What's our blue vision look like right now? This is a lot of waves pushed in. They're kind of turtled up. I would expect the members of our red team to be looking for bosses. Exactly, that's where they're going to be going. Oh, man. What's up, Night Night? Yo, Shinkari, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Double Celestial Charge, Blessed Shield coming out as well. Condemn going to be pulling them in. That's going to be the Dragon Strike from the Hanzo as they don't get the kill, but a Li Ming finds a kill onto a Rhaegar before any sort of Ancestor Healing's up and available. John Goodman getting pushed around. That's going to be a Combustion coming out from the Blaze, making some massive plays onto said John Goodman. They lose. Oh my god, there's just so many back and forths right now as that is going to be 3 for 2 thus far. Tuna Breath getting very, very low. Does Hanzo have a Sonic, or not a Sonic Arrow, but a Stormbow? They had just step in front of them and just point blank shoot it in Thrall's face. Boss is still very healthy, but here's the issue with Alterac Pass. The core has currently 40 damage mitigation when it comes to spell and physical. It's got spell armor and physical armor. and it loses 20 per keep that goes down. So only one keep's gone down, so obviously it's only gone down by 20. Hyperion coming out, and this is the anti-siege I was talking about. This is why I was so excited about in the last time when Raynor went down before it went out, is usually this zones people back. Look at Miles, look at Listerfiend. They're playing towards the far side of that. Core is starting to get near half health. Boss has already fallen below. They have a wave coming in here. They actually could continue to push out, but they need to be focusing onto the core. Right now, Hanzo and Kael'thas aren't really getting the damage onto the core that they really need to. Meanwhile, Rhaegar is clearing into the mid lane. And the other thing to note too is, yeah, you got the core down to 9,214 health, but it has not been attacked for 1 or 2 seconds, so it starts to regain its health, and that's going to be coming on back at an exponential rate as mid lane will be cleared out and managed. Lazy Hydra, what's up, bud? Came in at the perfect time. Yeah, you missed all of the network issues that we had, and hopefully, and I think we're all level here. I think we're completely level. We had to have some drops. I got really frustrated at my network, but we're good. We're here. 2 armor shield. Did I say it wrong? I meant 20. 20 per keep. Anyways, camp going to be grabbed in favor for the members of I Must Feed. So far, they need to get that 50-second channel. They do have 20 talent here over the opposing side as well, and we'll take a peek at what those numbers, or excuse me, what those stats look like in just a second. I guess talents is probably a better word for that one, as they do have a camp pushing in against them in mid lane, but they want to focus on this objective. They're threatening with 20, and they know this, so they're like, we'll stay here as long as we can and get as much value as we can. Okay. So I was just reading chat really quickly. Saying there's 2 armor shields. Ah, got you. Phoenix coming out from the Kael'thas as another Dragon Arrow, or excuse me, Dragon Strike comes out from the Hanzo. We have Hyperion coming in as well as the Earthquake on top of all this. Corks is going to be going down first in this engagement. We have a lot of members with some Chain Bomb value onto them. I think actually the Raynor does go down to said Chain Bomb value, but it's a 2-for-1 in favor for ProBUs. Meanwhile, look at this right here. This is what I was talking about earlier in the game. These Reaver minions reducing the armor of anything by, I believe it stacks by 2. I feel like that's wrong. Oh, it doesn't do it to the core, obviously. Channel was interrupted. 14 seconds left on that one. Hung Fu gonna get a little Divine Star out to get some healing. Listerfiend trying to make their way out of here. Jet Propulsion, huge wave of force. Chastise to follow up. That's a very good combo coming out from ProBUs. They get the channel over in their favor as they stop the one on the opposing side, but they still, as I said for the other side, they need 50 seconds total. Chain Bomb, like the Chain Bomb value in Game 2 and Game 3 have been wildly impactful. There was a chain bomb in Game 2 that was spread around by the Betrayer named Misha, and it nearly wiped the entire team. My tool decided to halfway stop cycling, and I was like, why haven't we seen 20 Talontiers in a while? There we go. I have a button that cycles through numbers, and I just, like, it stopped on the last one, which is deaths, kills, and assists. So I was like, why are we stuck right here? By the way, can we talk about top lane real quick? Like, Reaver minions can tank damage from this core. Objective is going to be coming out in favor for our blue team. This will be spawning at the core and running outwards, so this will help defend the core. Bottom lane, I'm worried about this. This is something I see a lot of teams do, and I always get worried about it because of the fact that if you don't wait for your objective, teams tend to step up into the enemy keep without their objective and be like, well, the objective will get there as we're pushing into the keep. It's like, no, like you've pushed up way too quickly, and they're respecting that. I like this. I really like this a lot, how they're just like, all right, cool, objective's not here, they're stepping into us, we'll back off till we meet that, and then it's kind of, this is the trade that we're going to get. So bottom lane seems like the main play for them. Top lane still has a decent amount of health. Mid lane is going down. I believe the camp is still going to be actually just getting cleared out. Zoning arrow from Hanzo as well. We're going to pull away the talents to get a better see of this entire engagement. Huge earthquake from the Thrall as well as a combustion from the Blaze. We have them diving in onto one on the right-hand side, and Pierce will be going down. Reset came in for Li Ming. Wave of Force going to be throwing Listerfiend around as they're throwing these gigantic mirror balls around. Did they go into mirror ball? Is that right? Or is it Arcane Orbit? That's what it is. Arcane Orbit value right there, as the bottom lane objective will be cleared out. Dragon gonna get a jet propulsion in. Another wave of force coming out from Li Ming. She did get the upgrade at level 20 with repulsion, so that increases the size of pushback that you get, but they get a double keep during this phase, and they're gonna neander into bottom lane and confirm a bottom lane boss for themselves. But here's something I want to highlight really quickly. They're all rotating past that wall, and that means the enemy team completely knows that they're on boss. 100%. They're like, all right, when this objective ends, they're going to be on boss. You could potentially rotate majority of your team down there and have one clear out, but you can see this right now. I think they're playing this slow because now the enemy team is just sitting around a boss. Look at this. They're just like, all right, it'll spawn soon.
Taking out our cavalry won't win you the war.
Boss is up in top, boss is up in bottom. These are win conditions for both teams. Do we get a base race? It'll be more so in favor for ProBUs, that's for sure. The Dragon Awakens memeing at 20? Yeah. I take this. There was a couple events that there was one event that I got to play in on a team, and I played just a bunch of Hanzo because they were like, you look comfortable in Hanzo, play that. And I was like, I just want to play Asmodan. And I kept taking that at 20 because we were getting insane value from it. Like I was just like, I'm taking this and I'm gonna zone them. They're like, whatever works for you, my dude. But we do have a boss coming through bottom lane, one in top lane against the opposing side. They're gonna be trying to push into this core that does have only 20 physical and spell armor. That's going to be the Earthquake. Hyperion coming in as well. There's the Dragon Arrow from the Hanzo. We currently have the Ancestor Healing connecting onto one. The core is falling a little too rapidly, and I don't think this defense will be coming in time, and that is going to be the members of ProBUs taking game. Oh my god, no way. No way do we Caleris core this. Yeah, they end up taking the game. Raynor was there with the just the Pepperin, and Li Ming and Raynor finished that game out for the friendly team. GG, well played. ProBUs taking game number 3.